Welcome to Soul. If you're joining me for the first time, welcome to your Food for Thought podcast. Soul aims to be 5 minutes or less, occasionally going over 5 minutes, just to talk about life, things that are good for the soul, and things we can do step by step, day by day to make our life better. If it is not your first time joining me, welcome back. I'm really grateful to have you here. Today, what I want to talk about is about how in life, sometimes things just take unexpected turns. You know how we write down in our journals or envision things or have vision boards and we think about the dream job, the perfect apartment, the move to another city or move to the countryside, the relationship that we hope to build. Our goals, basically. Well, here's the thing. Goals are about doing. They're the actions, the checkbox item. There's another thing in life that we often have to think about, and sometimes we don't really think about it because it's our foundation, but those are our values. Values are about being. They're who we choose to be in the situation, regardless of whether the goals go according to plan or not. Now, this was inspired by a chapter I read in The Happiness Trap by Russ Harris. Great book, by the way. Especially if you're going through something, I definitely recommend you flipping through it and trying some of his exercises. But he explains it beautifully. Values are ultimately like the compass. Goals are our destinations. The destination might change, right? Just having a goal doesn't mean it's permanent. Sure, it can be, but it could change and it could disappear. But the compass will always point you in the right direction. And I thought about a friend of mine who recently, he used to live in a city that he absolutely adored, working a job, really trying to stay there, applying for immigration, but then visa issues forced him to move back home. And at first it was obviously hard, strange, uncomfortable, trying to figure out, okay, what's next? But in this situation, what Harris talks about is that there are two things you can do. You can either sit down and wallow about it and then just stay so focused on the goal that you absolutely forget being in the present moment, or you can do what my friend did. The goal, living in that particular city, working a particular job, was now out of reach. But instead of deciding that life was against him, he focused on living by his values, being hardworking, showing up with integrity, contributing wherever he was, being a good friend, being a good son. And you know what? He actually found a great job that he ended up loving and grew to love being back home. Is it permanent? Who knows? Life has a way of surprising us. But the key is really this. When goals don't work out, values are still available to us. We can still be who we want to be. And to speak from personal experience, I aim to be loving. Even though I'm not in a relationship right now, and I know people often talk about this, about how there is lack of love, right? Well, the goal is to be in the relationship, so right now you're lacking. Sure, my goal is to someday build a relationship and a family, but I don't need to wait for that goal to be met before I can live by the value of love. And today, we can embody that. We can embody the values and embody what we aim to achieve through our goals. Love can be embodied in how we treat our friends, our families, strangers, anyone you meet, really. So maybe your goal is delayed. Maybe it's changed entirely. But your values, they're yours to live right now, wherever you are, with whatever you have. And I invite you to take that as homework. Sit down, maybe write a little bit about who you want to be, who you exemplify, who you think about. And through that, build the goals. Now, of course, all of that we do step by step, day by day. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you a great rest of your day. Here's to being more than just doing. And I will see you next week on Soul.